everyone, it's Cathy Zielske. Welcome back to my channel and the craft/dining room. Coming at you today with more stamping foam card projects. I'm going to take a few more of your good tips and put them to the test. And I think you'll be impressed when you see where I took my impression. It's something most of you might have just laying around. And it's something that you use all the time anyway if you score your own card bases. I've also got a bonus card at the end. Don't like it as much, but I'll explain why. So stick around to see if your tips make me make better foam stamped cards. Okay? That card project is coming up next. Back with the stamping foam in the heart shape, and I have it taped onto a block. And yes, I stained this a little because I've been playing with this to see how it would turn out to share in this video today. So I have a few inks that I'm going to use to create sort of a watery sort of heart thing, but here's the fun part. I'm going to take an impression of the Score Buddy. I love stripes. Stripes are my favorite, so I'm going to show you how you can get a little more use out of the all-purpose Score Buddy. So let's get our heat tool. And someone also told me, Cathy, you got to be faster. And Cathy, why don't you try bringing in your press tool? So I'm going to do both. All right. So let's, and faster meaning once it's hot, get it on here quickly. So let's heat up the foam. And faster. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to line it up like that. Okay, I didn't grab my my press tool like I was going to. I'm just trying to be fast. So here we go. We'll put that right on and press. See, the thing about the press tool, this Debbie tool is so great for the Misty door because I don't need to press that hard, right? And it actually really helps. But I think on this, you do need to press hard. And so that's why I bring in my, oh, I should have done the lint roller, my forearm to press down because it's just going to give me an easier way. So I guess the results, well, let's see. Ooh, isn't that just a fun stripe pattern? All right, let's make some inky magic, shall we? Wanted to show you, I recently acquired the Wendy Vecchi Make Art Station in the full size. I have the small one, and I've been using the tonic mat. I also like that it does have this ruler, which is kind of cool. I don't need it today, so I'm going to push that aside. And of course, got my magnets. I don't know if I need those for what I'm doing today, but I just wanted to show you because this is a nice surface to work on because it cleans up so easily. So I've got this. Now I have the tonic mat and this, so you know, who knows? Who knows what is going to emerge the winner? Maybe they'll both be great. I have a few pieces here of Tim Holtz Distress Watercolor Cardstock. I don't know if I'm going to do smooth side or watercolor side. The thing is, I love this cardstock because it is very bright white. It's not like a traditional watercolor paper, which has, you know, a lot of, yeah, I guess yellow is the best way I can describe it. So here's what we're going to do. Now, I want my heart to go, and you can see my inks when I practiced this. And again, I did practice because I wanted to know, and that's why I'm sharing. I want it to go lighter to darker. So that means I need to think in reverse. So I'm going to start with this Carnation, and I'm just going to, I'm just going to swipe it on. And I mean, I guess I'll kind of fill in a little here because we're going to try a few things. I love these pinks. They're really quite nice. So bright and happy. Peony, well, it doesn't match my nails, but this is the color that I am just like, it's a firecracker. It's so good. Oh, so nice. I'm just swiping. And colors like this can tend to stain things. That's okay. It's not going to permanently transfer, anything to your project, but just be mindful of that. All right, so we're swiping on a little bit of the rose. I think that's pretty good. Now here's what I want to do. I want to spray this to get it watery. And I actually want it to be pretty watery. I don't want to just drag through the mist. Don't want to do that. I really want to get it wet so that I can create kind of a watercolor transfer. And then here's what's cool. You You want to let your inks move a little. Well, I don't know if I have enough water on here to do that. I think I would need a little bit more, but either way, let's wipe this down. Let's bring in the paper and pop that right in the center. And I am going to, I think I'm going to stand up so I can look down, and I'm going to see what happens on this first pass. So press it down and drop like that. Okay. And just let that transfer. Now this is where I think the Debbie would be fine, because then I can just apply some, well, there's my knuckles, apply some nice even pressure. We pick it up. Oh, look at that. Isn't that cool? So I mean, and here's the thing. Every time you do this, it is going to look different. So let's do one more where we water this up again. Okay. And yeah, this is, well, I don't even know what this is going to look like. Bring in another piece and pick it up. See, now I can see the water starting to move. See that? You can kind of get it to move, come back a little, and let's press like that and transfer. Ooh, that's totally different too. Look at that. So check out the two results, and I'm sure I could get more off of that if I wanted to. I think that's kind of cool. Now I'm going to wipe this off, because another thing that we could do, see, it does stain. Some of those red types of inks are just going to stain, but it won't, like I said, it won't transfer. I think what would be very cool, I'm going to dry these just a little. So let me get my Ranger Heat It tool. I don't want to dry this one. This one can dry on its own, but I want to try one more thing on here that could be cool. And that is to do another inking over the top. I am going to come back with, which one is the mid-tone? Oh yeah, the Peony. And I'm going to do a much lighter swipe like that. And then I think I'm going to do just a misting off camera. You can hear it. And now I'm going to line this up just a little offset maybe. And pop it down and see what happens. Look at me. I'm feeling super crafty, super creative right now. And let's see. Oh, look at that. Now that is super cool, right? Bringing in some of that detail for a messy heart. Now I wonder, do I want to try that here too? I'm not sure, because it got so watery in here, but you know what? Maybe what we do is we say, let's let these dry, because these are both beautiful. But see kind of how that worked? I love that. I actually had another idea. So I'm going to set this one aside. What if I just used this really quickly, the other piece of foam, right? This guy right in here, which is going to cover basically the whole piece, right? What if I used this for a mask and I could flick on? I'm going to tape off the top of the card here so it doesn't move and so it doesn't get splatters. I think I'm going to do that. All you have to do, right, is smush it in, right? Get your little bit of color. I'm going to wet that down, but I'm also going to wet my brush. Just do that a little bit off camera. Pick up the color and flick. Maybe and then it should just nicely wipe off in there. So now I flicked only in the heart, and then I'll just spray this and just wipe that off. So that's, it's kind of a big chunky mask, right? But it's one way you can use the other piece as well. And that just added a little, let's see here. Just a little interest in there, right? Just a little flicky interest. I think that's kind of cool. Peel that tape off. See? Little baby flicks. Letting these dry while I move on to greetings. I've got a piece of matte gold cardstock from Simon Says Stamp, and I'm going to cut some of these misuse out and also do some white cardstock misuse. So let's go over and do the cutting over at my Gemini Junior. So I'm going to use my Gemini Junior, and this is a sandwich that I have been loving. I learned about it from Jennifer McGuire. I use the double-sided die cutting plates, the green cutting plates, and they are on the inside of just a regular clear cutting plate. Jennifer talked about this in a video. I will link to that video below because this has changed my life. Like, my plates are not warping. I always cut into the same side, okay? And then I just flip that when you just flip them, untape them and flip them. But this has been amazing. And so here's what I'll do. I flip the plates too. So now I'll go through like this. Then I can rotate, and I don't know if you noticed, the chip is gone because Crafter's Companion sent me a new one. I think they felt like maybe it was time that I had one without a chip. I get more questions about this turntable than anything. In fact, someone asked me if it would work with the new Tim Holtz switch, and I bet it would. I mean, it's a pretty small footprint. All right, I'm gonna pop these out real quick. So I've got beautiful cuts here, right? We see those little friends. I'm gonna go set these aside. I'm going to cut out a couple layers in white cardstock as well, because I want to make sure that I have some dimension. Now here, I don't think I'm gonna, there we go. Sometimes, have you ever done that where you flip it and your dies just, or your dies go tumbling out? Happens to me all the time. So I'm going to cut out these, right? We'll get a few more of these. Again, beautiful, nice, clean cuts. So easy on the wrist. So we'll move you. Don't forget the tittle. Don't lose it. While I'm here, I'm going to take a piece of vellum and cut a shadow layer, because I am going to try the tip that a lot of you gave me on a recent video that I would have never, ever considered in a million years. And that, oh, well, we'll get there when we get there. It requires a little more die cutting, so. And again, I'll make sure to link this below. It's the Totally Tiffany rotating design board. I love it because I never have to lift my Gemini. It's white, it matches my cabinet, which makes me exceedingly happy. And there's my shadow layer. So I'll do a little more cutting, and then we'll get back to assembling parts of the card. So I've got 2 layers because we're going to do the top part first. I'm going to use one of your great tips, but here's what I'm going to do. I've got my mask on. I'll make sure that this is, oh, it's not spraying. I wonder if oh wait, there, no. Let me wipe it down. Oh my, very gooped up. Hold on, I'm going to have to put some Undo on that. Undo is a fantastic product that I learned about as a scrapbooker, and it can really help to unclog if you get clogged. I think this is almost empty, but let's see. Yeah, I can get a little out. All right. Okay, get that out of the way. Now, I still have my mask on, so I'm not breathing anything in. Let's zoom in a little. All right, then I'm just going to stack my layers. Get this on. I have 2 tweezers that I use. I have one that I call my goopy tweezers. That's these. Hope I get this lined up well enough. I think that looks decent. Oh, Kathy, not a good job. Sometimes you can kind of squeeze too like that. It's not great, Kath. But you know what? It is just paper. It's going to be just fine. I can get that one a little bit better. You have like about a second to wiggle, but this is why I like spray glue, because it's just so fast, and you know, it comes down beautifully. And oh, then, well, now I'm still going to take my Mucky Mucks, pick up a tiny bit there, and then just check the silver layer to make sure I didn't leave any behind. That looks pretty good. All right, miss. That looks pretty good. Lining it, lining it. And even if there's a little white offset, nobody's going to look at that and say, Kathy, what are you doing? How dare you send a card that looks this bad? Although that one is bugging me a little, but it'll be fine. Oh, see, very sticky. Okay, get this lined up. Like. So I'm going to pop Miss, and I'm going to put you on the shadow layer. And then, taking your tip, someone said, why don't you just glue a couple more together and put them directly underneath to lift it up? Now, I've never done that before, so I'm going to get this all assembled and then we'll move on. Well, actually, I forgot about this part. Let's glue this on, and this is where I bring in what I call my nice tweezers. Someone also said to put a rubber band on this little Gina K bottle. I'm just going to hold it with my thumb for now because I could not find a rubber band anywhere in my house. You would think. I don't know if there's a secret stash somewhere, but I was not able. But I think just putting my thumb down. Yeah, I got thumbs, opposable thumbs. All right, just doing a little liquid glue on this because this makes lining things up such a dream with, well, get in there, Kath. I like the wiggle room, you know, because it looks like, I think I got that off a little. Okay, lining up that shadow layer, pressing it down. Do I have a brick here somewhere? Let's just press that. Little ticky-tack project. Got to do a lot of, there we go. Got to do a lot of little things. But isn't that what makes crafting fun? I don't know. Is it just me? I don't think it's just me. Pop this here and line it up on the shadow layer like that. Okay. So now we have a little glue oozed, but that's okay. It'll dry clear. Or you can always just take a little corner of something, just wipe it up. Maybe oh yeah, that came right up. Look at that. Just got to get in there like that. Okay. Press that. Also, oh, that's the wrong triangle tray. Where did I? Now see, this is what I do. I grabbed the wrong triangle tray. Oh my goodness, Kathy. Because we do want to go ahead and build up the dimension here. It's just much easier to build up a tittle on a shadow layer versus, oh, I guess I didn't quite, well, there you go, that's fine. Versus trying to stack them on your own. Like it's a freehand thing. Come on now. Oh, it's coming out the wrong. There's my drop. Perfect. Oh! Welcome to, let's get more clear here, Kathy. Welcome to the comedy hour, comedy craft hour. I had a funny idea the other day. I can't remember it. It was for, gosh, now I can't remember. It was for a craft show on YouTube. Oh, now I remember. You know how people get the Sunday scaries, which we didn't call it that when I was like in a young adult, but I do remember like the Sunday before work would start, you get the Sunday scaries because you just don't want to go back or, you know, just the stress of the week. I thought the Sunday scaries craft hour could be really fun because it might be a way to get people to forget that they have to go back to work the next day. Anyway, what do you think? Now, per your suggestion, I am going to glue a couple more of these together, right? And then I'm going to glue those underneath for dimension. So let me glue these together and then we'll do that part. This is getting very long, but stay with me. So now I guess I'm not sure, like, okay, here's what we're going to do. We got this piece. We're going to flip it over, right? Is this what we're doing? So I'm going to just do a little liquid glue dots here because I need this to place perfectly. I guess, I don't know. I've never done this. And I don't know, is this faster than foam squares on the back? Well, I guess we're about to find out. So let's go here. And then, this is so crazy. I feel like a surgeon trying to drop, but it's like a game of reverse operation. Okay, so how's that? Is that lined up enough? Oh, that's really smart. That's really smart, y'all. Let's do the next one. I think I just learned, oh, I've got glue all over me. I need to go put undo all over my fingers. Okay. Let's just get that going here. Dots. Oh, I did it on the wrong side. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's just wipe that off. You probably knew. You're probably shouting through the monitor, Kathy. There we go. Let's do that. I can always throw a little powder on too. You know what I mean? If push comes to shove. Okay, now we're ready. See, that's just force of habit, friends. That is force of habit. Okay, get you lined up there. Get off there. Get off. And press. Now, I think I want to kind of take off the powder, or the stick, just for while I'm playing with it. I don't think that's going to hurt a thing. Okay. That didn't take long. But I mean, that's kind of cool. Press. All right. Now, I need to move on. So I'm going to take, which one should we work with? I'm going to make 2 cards, but I think I'm going to go with this one because I just love that look. So I'm going to take one of my A2 layers dies and just trim this down a little bit. And if you're wondering what the measurement is, I'm going to tell you. This particular die measures, if you want to trim by hand, 3 3/4 wide by 5. So it's 3 3/4 by 5. I'm going to go cut that and we'll proceed. And we bring back our star pupil, the Scor Buddy. Also, another person, or I have noticed sometimes that people will pull it down a little before doing the score. I don't do that because 9 out of 10 times, somehow I pull away and I just don't get the straight fold. So I always just do it this way. Oh, and I figure that's fine. I haven't had any issues with getting my folds to be right. It's close enough to the edge. And the fold is always good to go. So let me fold you down and press. All right. So there's my US A2 card base, which means this measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 tall. I'm going to tape it closed while I work on it because of that, because of the extra heavy duty cardstock. It pops open. I have tried making cards with it open, flat, like unfolded. It throws my eye off. So, you know what they say, you got to do you. You got to do, did I just get nail polish on there? Oh my gosh, I did. Now, look at that. Oh, so fun. All right, I've got my foam tape on the back. Like this. Like this. Again, I know that a lot of Simon Hurley's been doing some fun videos where he takes impressions of things all over his house, which I think is, you know what? Should I flip it? It's bugging me. I'm going to flip it because I don't want to see that nail polish. Okay. I don't have that happen very often considering I wear nail polish all the time. Let's just get you. But I was saying, I've seen Simon take impressions of things all over his house, which I think is super fun. I think that's what inspired me to want to use the Scor Buddy. All right, let's get our glue back here. And I'm going to liquid glue this one because I like that wiggle room, but also it's, it's the nubby side of the Tim cardstock, and I don't want to worry about it. And I didn't bother with the tittle because the tittle's fine. It's floating there. It's not like it's hanging way off. But yes, thank you for this tip. Many of you gave me this tip. Just, is it quicker than cutting foam? Little tiny foam? It's definitely a cool finished look. I will say that. I love it. So I want this to be a little offset like this where, we got a little part here descending out of the heart. Isn't that cute? Let's break it up. And let's grab some shiny, shiny sequins. I don't know if do I want to do silver or do I want to do the Majestic? Oh, you know what? This is the one that I use 90% of the time. So let's go with that. Let's open up. Jewels, not tools. Gotta always use the tools, friends. Well, I mean, if you have a mani that you want to protect. But then look at me. I just had my manicure go all over my card project. Oh, isn't that fun? And look, so we have that shadow layer. That's really cool, friends. I appreciate that tip because I may do it again. I may. So let's see. We're going to do That is another reason I switched to the white tip. You can replace these, by the way. They come in different colors and they just screw on. I don't know if these are in stock yet. I know it's been a hot ticket item, but I was getting little marks all over my cards with the black one because I would inadvertently drag it. And then I was very sad. Card making should be fun, not sad. I'm going to do the 3 or the 5. I mean, I did one the other day and someone left a comment, "You did even sequins," and they called me a rebel. But you know, it depends. It really depends. There are rules in design, but they're also meant to be, you know, broken and have some fun, and, you know, don't get too hung up. Don't get too hung up. Because it sometimes takes me a while just to figure out, you know, where am I going to put my sequins? Actually, I think that's nice. Yeah, because there's so much more weight with the color here, less weight here, so that makes sense. And I think that's a nice cascade. So let's do it. Let's boop it up. Again, dogs and people who don't like the sound, hit your mute button. I promise I won't say anything that you're going to miss, except boop, boop, boop. I love the way this turned out. Boop. Boop. Kind of delayed. It's delayed boop reaction. So that is the finished card. And again, it started with, you know, that and this, which now I can use this on other things too, right? I can keep stamping on it as long as I feel like it. And then I can heat it right out, right? You just bring the heat back, the pattern goes away. And if you get any staining, don't worry, it's not going to transfer once you re-ink. Some inks, like reds and really juicy hot pinks, they stain, and that is perfectly normal. But that's the finished card project. And I'll do something with this. I was getting it all ready to cut out. Maybe if I do, I'll share it on my blog. So I will have a link to my blog post in the description below. I wanted to show you the second card that I completed off camera. And here's the thing. It's cute, but I don't love it as much. Do you see that? Like, it's fine. I don't even like how I place the sequins, but just for comparison, just from a design standpoint, sometimes you have a great idea. And oftentimes my first card gut is always the one that is, I know I'm going to put all my eggs into this basket. Second card, it is cute. I love the dull pink cardstock. I love the inlay. I actually used, where is the die? I actually used this Outline Love die, and it's very cool. I would send both. I kind of feel like I wish I would have cropped this all up. Like, I wish that I had cropped this knowing I was going to do this, because it feels a little weighted down. I don't know. It's not bad. So now you don't have to go to my blog. You can find all the links to the supplies for today's card projects below in my YouTube description box. I try to remember to list everything. Occasionally I forget, so if there's something you're not finding down there, don't hesitate to drop me a comment and let me know. Thanks so much for watching today. I would love to have you become a subscriber to my YouTube channel. And if you do subscribe, be sure to hit the gray bell below the video so that you don't miss the next time I post. Here are a couple other videos that you might be interested in watching. Thanks so much and have a great day.